Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special one because we're gonna be talking about a live stream that happened just a few days ago on Samantha Bernardo's Kumu account, and this one in particular was featuring the one, the only, the amazing Samantha Panlilio, Miss Grand International Philippines 2021. Now, for those of you who have been around the channel for quite some time, you know that I had a lot to say about Miss Grand International this year. I had very strong opinions, and on the spot, I felt very hardly about it because honestly I feel like it was a fun show, you know, like the production and everything was amazing, but then when it comes to the decision-making process, a lot of things did not make sense. And ultimately what really infuriated me and made me just go like on a rant was the way that the owner of the pageant was treating some of the candidates, including Samantha Panlilio. But ever since Miss Grand International happened, so ever since it took place, Samantha Panlilio has been, you know, out and about and doing like some media and like participating in different events, and it really, I feel like she has moved on pretty well from Miss Grand International, as she should. And recently she was on Samantha Bernardo's Kumu show, and Samantha asked her if she could, you know, reveal to the audience what was the speech that she had prepared in the scenario that she made it to the top of the competition. And so Samantha Panlilio did share her speech, and today I'm gonna be presenting you the footage of that, and then we're gonna be breaking down the speech and analyzing it a little bit together. So if you're into that, please stick around, and if you enjoy my video, don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section what do you think about the speech, the interaction between the two queens, my comments and feedback, anything that you want to say, go ahead and express yourself. So without further ado, my friends, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoy it.
Be strong.
So before we get into it, I'll just tell you that the speech is pretty straightforward. It has the introduction, the core of it, and then the conclusion. And in order to keep things really simple, I just, you know, trimmed the video and I just focused on Samantha Panlilio as she delivers the speech. But please go ahead and check out the original video as well, because I also adore Samantha Bernardo. If you've been on the channel, you know that I also ranted about her last year. So definitely love her as well. But let's watch this together and then we'll talk about the speech itself.
One of history's most influential people, Martin Luther King, said, "I have a dream." In Thai, we say "Chan mi kwam fan." In Spanish, "Tengo un sueño." French, "Je un rêve." And in my country, we say "May pangarap ako." Do you hear how powerful that statement is felt in any language? Every person, every child should be entitled to having their own dreams. However, during this time where there is war, conflict, and the pandemic, how can those people affected focus on their dreams when they're focused on mere survival? I am not a superhero, and I cannot solve all these problems in one lifetime. But I am Miss Grand Philippines and a peace ambassador of my country. And I'm standing in front of you today because, like you, I am a dreamer. So let's take action and create a safe space for children to aspire freely. Let's leave a timeless legacy that will serve as a reminder that it is our duty to humanity to close the divide, promote equality, and educate those around us to inspire generations to follow. And that is what I'm going to live by, the very essence of Miss Grand International. Kapung ka.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, you know what? If you've been on the channel for long enough, you know that I had the chance to interact with Samantha a few times here on the channel. I interviewed her just before her Bini Pilipinas journey, and I had the chance to interview her again right before her Miss Grand International journey. And because of that, I know how good of a speaker she is. You know, sometimes when you're filming interviews, just like I do, like pre-recorded interviews, sometimes like the candidates will make an error or they will mess up and they will ask you if they can redo it, and then you edit it out. But definitely that's not the case for Samantha. What you see on screen is what you get, and I can almost picture her, you know, on the stage of Miss Grand International delivering this speech. Of course, watching it on a Kumu live stream does not have the same impact because you don't have all of the production aspects like the music, the camera angles, and all of that drama that comes with an actual pageant. But I do believe that the substance is in there, and that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the video. We're going to be breaking down each one of the sections of this speech. And just so we can have a smooth analysis, let's get into it one paragraph at a time. Here is the first one.
One of history's most influential people, Martin Luther King, said, I have a dream. In Thai, we say Chan mi quam fan. In Spanish, tengo un sueño. French, je un rêve. And in my country, we say may pangarap ako. Do you hear how powerful that statement is felt in any language?
I believe that this was an amazing way of starting her speech because there was such a clear reference to one of the most influential, important, respected, renowned, you name it, freedom fighters, human rights fighters of all time. We're talking about Dr. Martin Luther King. When you have such a reference on your speech, you really want to make sure that you have the substance and the value to back it up. And I believe that Samantha was able to provide exactly that. But we'll get a little bit more into that later during my analysis. Right now, let's focus on the second part of the introduction where she actually spoke in different languages. Now, I do have this theory that MGI really likes when beauty queens speak multiple languages. I can think of Abina in 2020 when she spoke so fluently in Thai, and obviously that went really well for her with the judges. With the judge. But I think that it was very strategic for Samantha to include, several languages in the opening statement, not only to please the organization, obviously to please Nawat as well, but also to make it more inclusive and automatically make the audience feel like this speech is also for them. Now let's hear the second paragraph of the speech and then I'll give you my comments about that.
Every person, every child should be entitled to having their own dreams. However, during this time where there is war, conflict, and the pandemic, how can those people affected focus on their dreams when they're focused on mere survival? I am not a superhero, and I cannot solve all these problems in one lifetime. But I am Miss Grand Philippines and a peace ambassador of my country. And I'm standing in front of you today because, like you, I am a dreamer. So let's take action and create a safe space for children to aspire freely.
During the second paragraph of the speech, or what I like to call the core of the speech, she is once again talking about a dream, which is a clear reference to Dr. Martin Luther King once again. But this time around, she's not just talking about the concept, she is also providing us a visual representation of what she wants us to see, talking about children, and not just any type of children, but those who are going through a tragedy, whose countries might be at war, going through hardships because of the pandemic. There are so many different situations, but she really used that image in order to make sure that everyone who is listening to the speech can automatically relate to it. Unless you are a psychopath, I feel like the average human being will feel some sort of sympathy and empathy for the children. During the second part of the speech, this is when she takes a moment to really talk about herself and really present herself as an ambassador of peace representing for the Philippines and what she hopes to do with this platform. But most importantly, she presents herself as a dreamer. I think that this is very important for the speech because now she is not only talking about children and them being dreamers and how all of these difficult situations are, making it difficult for them to achieve their dreams. She is also relating to that and telling them, look, I'm a dreamer myself. I know what you're going through and I'm here to speak on your behalf, to really use my platform to make it better. And of course, just listening to the speech, it all sounds so beautiful, so smooth, so eloquent. However, when you look at it from a strategic point of view, you will realize that Samantha started by talking about an ideal, the dream, right? Then she proceeded by presenting to us a problem, an issue, which here it's pretty much children not being able to achieve their dreams in life because of situations like war, like tragedies, like the pandemic, who are keeping them from achieving those goals in life. And then at the very end, she is now proposing a solution. Here she is to kind of like help them, save the party, and to make things better, hopefully using the platform that Miss Grand International is providing to her. And I believe that the conclusion was the perfect way to wrap the entire thing, but let's hear it from her and then I'll be back with my interpretation of that.
Let's leave a timeless legacy that will serve as a reminder that it is our duty to humanity to close the divide, promote equality, and educate those around us to inspire generations to follow. And that is what I'm going to live by, the very essence of Miss Grand International.
Alright, so just like you heard, she ended her speech by talking about the essence of Miss Grand International. And what I really like the most about the tone of the entire speech is that she doesn't really present herself as being a superhero or being like, I'm Superwoman and I'm here to solve all of your problems. But instead, she highlighted, the fact that Miss Grand International was there to help and that she was just kind of like the spokesperson that will, make sure that their voices are heard and acknowledged acknowledged internationally. Of course, this is one of the very reasons why I was so upset when everything that happened during Miss Grand International, you know, happened and everything went down. A lot of people at first were thinking that I was just ranting because Samantha didn't win, which was really not the case. I just thought that Samantha had a lot of potential because precisely I had been following her journey for quite some time and trying to stay in touch with her. But at the same time, it was really just the treatment, the way that the owner of the entire thing spoke about her and even about other candidates. I mean, I talked about Miss Cuba as well. We talked about Miss Puerto Rico. We talked about Miss South Africa, who ended up, you know, placing in the top 5 and then it was completely dismissed. So I think that it was a shame, given the fact that when you look at the material, right, when you look at what the queen had to offer, she was so consistent. But you know what? Sam is in a much better place now, and obviously she has definitely moved on. She is living a great life, and that is all that I hope for her. Hopefully we'll get to have her back in pageantry, you know, sometime, because obviously I believe she has what it takes to represent the Philippines internationally. But that's it for today's video, you guys. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about the speech, her presentation, the ideas and the concepts that I kind of discussed during this video. And if you agree with my opinion, if there's anything else you would like to add, by all means go ahead and do that. And before you go, as usual, please don't forget to leave a like so that my video gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, come here and give me a hug. That's a little tradition on the channel. You know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments out of your day here with me. And until I'll see you next time, everyone, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one.